my Joker Joker TV.
Joker, 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 Joker. Joker, 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 Joker,
Come and go again. What do we got there? Hey, howdy. I'm Steve Houston. This is Joker Joker TV. Welcome. What we just saw was Ashes to Omens. Ashes to Omens, plural, with My Favorite Sin. Pretty slick-looking video there. Got a good sound to it. They are going to be at Blackstrap Music Hall in Gainesville on July 26th. Or the 27th, opening for Living Dead Girl. Okay. Or, I don't know what that means. But they'll also be at the Nowhere Bar on August 16th here in Athens. So check that out. It's going to be awesome. Today on the show, we got a packed one for you. We got Sun Gong. We're going to be talking to them. Well, him. And it's going to be pretty amazing. I'm excited for that. We also have Black Cat Rising in the studio, interviewing too. We're going to be interviewing some folks from the Athens Film Festival. This is exciting. It's back, and it seems to be really big. They're gonna have some shows at Cine, at Flickr, and all that good stuff. And we're gonna be having a little chat with them. All right, y'all got me. All right, you got me. All right, so that's gonna be fantastic. Friends of Aquarius is back. Shon, Derrick, Cooper, Marquardt is back with his magic. That's going to be awesome. And next, we got Joshua Daniel, who also has gone by Cortez Garcia. So this is going to be DejaVu. Is the first single off a brand new project by musician, rapper, and singer-songwriter Joshua Daniel. Nathaniel. Thank you. I'm thinking of Danielsville. Y'all know Danielsville? Never mind. Just shut up, all right, and listen to me. All right. And so he says here he's got the final phase of a Holy Trinity type project that was conceptualized to be a source of creative liberation for this multifaceted songwriter and performer. Wow, man, far out, dude. Check it out. Eileen, do it.
like I never knew. Star-crossed folklore, hold me, spring is in
Flying so far away, so nobody will betray us or remember that embers burning from yesterday. This is the only way that I've learned, and yet still deep within this fire burns for the answers my heart yearns. Whoa.
How do you do, y'all? We're back. Steve Houston here. We're going to now we're gonna shift phase here, and we're gonna talk to two of the folks that are behind the resurgence of the Athens Music Festival. This is exciting. Hasn't been around. What's that?
Film Festival.
Athens Film Festival.
You said music.
Oh, I said music. I'm so sorry. We just listen to music, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Athens Film Festival. That's actually way more exciting. There's plenty of music in Athens, but, film is a big thing in Athens. It's a big thing in North Georgia. Of course, North Georgia has a, extensive film industry now, and Athens is part of that. You have Cine, which offers quality film experiences for the local population, and some of those films are going to be at, part of the Athens Film Festival. And so let's talk to some of those folks right now. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, great.
Hello.
Yeah, microphones. Introduce yourselves and let us know what you do with the Athens Film Festival and what your role is, and just tell us about yourself.
Well, all right. I am Anthony Suniga. I am the head of event services of the Athens Film Festival, organizing just with the venues, schedules, things we're doing, some parties, getting some volunteers signed up and developed. So that's me.
All right, I am Laura Hogan. I'm the head of marketing and media relations or public relations, whatever you want to call it nowadays. And so I'm just trying to make sure we get people to come, support all the amazing filmmakers who are coming in from locally and from around the world. And everyone just enjoys it, and it's a great event.
That's right, and be there, okay, because this is going to be a great event. Marketing's very important. What you do is very important. I want you to tell us how the festival came back, please, because the Athens Film Festival wasn't around for a while. It disappeared.
So basically, there's been many iterations of different film festivals in Athens over the years, some tied to like individuals, some with classic movies, as we all know, and a wide variety. So basically, and then they kind of all have just relied on like one person or one kind of thing to get behind, and then, as we know, have kind of sadly gone away.
Yes.
So the two co-directors of our festival, Chuck Griffin and Sam Johnson, they went to Clark Central High School.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both of them, right? Yes.
Our rivals.
And
I went to Cedar Shoals.
I'm sorry. And
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
they were involved in the film industry. So Sam went on and worked on Darius Goes West, if you remember.
Oh,
Lots of
absolutely.
people here know that film.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
so he traveled the film festival circuit. And they were like, well, why isn't there a film festival here in Athens? Like, what happened? What's going on? We need one. And Chuck is just the kind of guy who was like, well, if there isn't going to be one, I guess I better just make sure this happens. And that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so they've worked very hard to try to really make this a film festival that is representative also our community. So it's not just at Cine, but it's also at the Morton Theater,
Yes.
Flicker, and the Globe upstairs, so that we can really have as many films showing as possible, but also showcase all of our wonderful venues and places that we have downtown.
Yes, and Morton is a fabulous place to have as part of this festival because there's a rich history of theater there, of course. It's an incredible building. That's fantastic. Can you tell the folks out there when the festival's taking place? And, just kind of a rundown of times and, kind of how can we be part of it,
All right. Well, the festival will be happening August 15th through 17th. Most things will be happening in the evening, and we've got some big parties going on that Saturday. You can be involved by going online to athensfilm.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's where you can get your tickets. It's
Yes.
athensfilm.com, but we do have some stuff during the day. So if you are interested in crowdfunding and crowdsourcing, it's a workshop that's being done by Marty Lang and Aaron Strand. And if you know them, Marty Lang is the director now of the MFA in Film program at UGA, and Aaron Strand was just here last year doing the withdrawal film.
Yes.
And also went to Athens Academy as an Athens native. And so they are very well versed in, literally Marty wrote the book on crowdfunding and crowdsourcing. So even if you're not a filmmaker, that workshop is at 1 o'clock on Friday, and maybe you're a musician and you're trying to crowdsource your album or whatever that might be.
It's a good
you
idea.
still find a lot of use from that and learn a lot. And then we have some films that keep going right after that. So you could just take a half day on Friday. Actually, take Friday off. Come Thursday to opening night, then sleep in, go to everything on Friday, and then come again Saturday.
That sounds like a plan that I can do. Thank you. And we had Aaron here interviewing last year, and he's incredibly dynamic. Withdrawal sounds like an incredibly compelling movie. I cannot wait to see it. So that it's great to have him involved, of course. That sounds super good. Do you guys have any insights or any other things you'd like to say about the Athens Film Festival, like maybe the process about how this came together, which is wonderful in and of itself,
I mean, do you want to talk about how many submissions there were?
Right.
We opened up the submissions. We didn't charge for them. We wanted to see what we'd get, and we got about 5,000 submissions. Yeah.
And this is all, so that includes some films. Like I just watched an animated film that's going to be at Flicker. It's only 2 minutes and 47 seconds. But then you also have full-length feature films. So that 5,000 includes a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got a lot of films coming by. The other thing that we've got with this film festival that Laura was mentioning is that we want it to be sort of the definitive film festival going forward because it involves everyone in Athens, that being the community, the students going and learning about film, and then also the new emerging film industry that we have going on here.
Yeah.
Sure, we've got, that New Athena Studios, of course, but then we've got so many filmmakers that have been holding on to these scripts ready to be produced, and this, we're hoping, will get people producing some films, get things moving here in Athens, and getting people involved for next year and next year.
I think it will. I think it will. I mean, the Atlanta film industry, I remember I was a stagehand, and I saw the Screen Gems lot over at Lakewood, and I was blown away. It was a monster. It was huge. It was like we're in Hollywood here.
Yeah.
And that amoeba is swallowing up North Georgia. I work my day job. I work in Covington, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a movie place.
Yes.
What did they filmed In the Heat of the Night there? That old show way
Yeah.
back
They
when
did
with Carol.
We went to a recent event in Covington with
Yeah.
Georgia Entertainment.
Yeah.
And it was like Sweet Home Alabama. It was that. I mean, you have obviously the Vampire Diaries. Like the list
Mm-hmm. Yes.
went on, and they had
Yeah.
all these references. It was very.
Oh, yeah.
It is a film.
Yeah,
Town
I
there.
remember Vampire Diaries. I was addicted. Anyway, yeah. And now it's coming into Athens. It's the amoebas swallowing Athens. This is really exciting. So again, if you guys might want to tell folks like me where you can get the tickets ahead of time, do that whole
You could buy
thing.
them right now. You could open a new tab on your phone or your computer, and it's www.athensfilm.com. That's easy.
Yay.
Can you believe we have that domain?
Right.
Crazy.
That's what I'm gonna do. So you do it too.
We have things starting from individual tickets. So shows at the Morton, you can get individual tickets. I wanted to say those are $12 or $16. Right now our passes are on sale, so we have day passes, and I want to say it's like starting at $30 with the reduced price for a day pass. And don't quote me, I don't remember what the next tier is because we have them reduced, but they're a little bit higher than the last reduction, so I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. And if you watch this in 2 weeks, it could be different. So buy early because they will increase in price.
That's a
All
smart way
access
to go.
movies,
And you have,
69.
all access is 3 days. You get to go to everything and all the parties and network with the filmmakers and get drinks and things and have fun.
I like it. Maybe just as we close out, maybe if y'all can tell us individually, what do you each of you have a background in film? Have you acted, directed? Let's hear it.
So we've got a background in acting. I know
Cool.
I started in the theater personally. I always wanted to be in film and things like that, so started there. Have a background in music as well.
Cool.
So I love the music industry. I love singing. And then just recently, it's been producing, writing, and acting as well in film, commercials,
That's
short
great.
films. It's been incredible.
That's great. That's great. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm also an actor, but I actually got my start in TV. My first job was at Sesame Street.
Nice.
So so it's nice to bring those things back and still be
Yeah.
in film and TV. And obviously acting, I write to and produce, and happy to be doing this film festival.
I'm happy you're doing it, and I knew you guys, both of you, were involved in something. And I thought maybe you both acted. I act here, and the only other thing I can do as acting is a Snake Plissken looking guy. 'cause, I mean, look, I can wear an eye patch. All right, so that's awesome. That's awesome. I knew you guys were involved. Okay. Wow, I'm hyped. This is exciting. All right.
It is exciting.
And y'all check out the Athens Film Festival. I will be there. You will see me. And thank you for having us. And thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Let's reverse it here.
Yeah,
That's
there we
a little, you see what I did there?
Hey, I'm
Hey.
picking up what you're putting down.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Thank you for being here, Laura and
Anthony.
Anthony. Anthony and Laura. Laura, Anthony.
Thank you, Steve.
Fantastic. You guys are great. All right. Amazing stuff.
We got a short film to play.
We got a short film to play. And let me talk about that. Hold on a second. Look at my notes here. What do we got? We had Rip the Falcon. Rip the Falcon came back.
Shon Kim, BOOKANIMA.
Rip the Falcon. Okay. Shon Kim is next. I saw a little bit of this animation. It's actually quite brilliant and really kind of sweet. BOOKANIMA. It's a sort of retrospective on dance. So check it out.
이 모든 우리의 생각을 이 몸을 통해서 표현하기 때문에 가장 우리 인간에게 접근했다, 가깝게 와 있다 그렇게 생각을 해요. 어떤 다른 예술처럼 발레나 한국무용처럼 감상만 할 수 있는 것이 아니고 이 현대무용은 이 관객이 같이 심취해서 그것이 나도 하나의 무용수다 하는 그런 착각을 할 정도로 이 무용수와 같이 호흡을 해야만 되는 것이 현대무용이에요. 그래서 어떤 면으로 상당히 어렵지요. 그걸 이해하기가. 그러나 이제 더 많이 보시면 계속해서 많이 보시면은 아마 이해하는 데 도움이 되리라고 생각해요. 그래서 우리 몸의 말이다.
And Vera Ellen came in with a cake. Happy birthday, dear Eugene, Jean, Prosciutto, Pahuto, all kind of names, you know. He says, well, what the hell is your real name anyway? I says, well, I was, when I was born, they put on my birth certificate, Luigino. He says, good, we'll call you Luigi. And I said, Dominic, I said, they're counting, and I don't know what the hell they're doing. I said, teach me how to count. He says, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. He says, wait a minute. Where's the 5, 6, 7, 8? Before 5, 6, 7, 8, there was E or da 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 boom. So I created 5, 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7, 8. Or when it became a waltz, 4, 5, 6. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a surgeon. I can't get you better, but I can teach you how to work around an injury so that you would not look like there was something wrong with you. Never stop moving, and this has helped a lot of people. Never stop moving. To me, that is the end of any story.
Hi again, this is Steve Houston. How you doing? Steve Houston for JOKERJOKERtv. Stay tuned. We got more content for you. Content.
And I smiled. It was so nice to hear their voices. That reminded me of a warm place in my heart. Hello, my name is Shon Derrick from Marquardt, the curator of Friends of AQUARIUS. This is episode number 26 on JOKERJOKERtv. Okay, let's cook.
Ich liebe Familien, Komfort so sehr. Ich werde einer Bäuerin der Vorzug geben, die zu mir zieht. Ich wohne im Regionalzentrum, den 44 Jahre alt, 174 Zentimeter groß. Ich rauche nie, trinke nie. Bei Frauen schätze ich vor allem Anstand. Ich suche eine Lebenspartnerin, der Größe nicht wichtig ist, weil meine eigene Größe nur 155 Zentimeter beträgt. Und leider bin ich eine behinderte Person mit Körperproblemen. Aber ich kann und mag es zu arbeiten. So plane ich Pächter oder Kleinvermieter zu werden, damit ich ohne behördliche Anordnungen als freier Mann auf freiem Land arbeiten kann.
It never ends.
Howdy, howdy. It's Steve Houston here, Joker TV. We just saw Friends of Aquarius, another incredible and fascinating episode. Friends of Aquarius number 26. A little side note here. Second week of August, I'm going to be doing our show Industrial Strength, which we showcase industrial and experimental musicians. And we're going to be showcasing, we're going to be featuring Shon, Derrick, Cooper, Marquardt from Friends of Aquarius. So, you know, tune in for that. All right. Right now, we're going to interview one of the acts that's going to play here tonight live, Sun Gong. Let's do it. Hello, Sun Gong.
Hey.
Jesse, introduce yourself. Let us know about you. What do you do? And the philosophy behind Sun Gong with some of your influences. I know you're one of the. This is great. You're one of the few people I've been able to talk to about krautrock with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like bands like
is a big deal for me.
Yeah, like we were talking about a cluster and all those.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go ahead. Let us know about yourself.
So my name is Jesse Griggs. I go by Sun Gong, and I'm from Americus, Georgia. I got super into krautrock like really early on in life, like Mobius and Plank. They have that like Rasta Kraut Pasta record, and also like 70s minimalist composers.
Yeah.
And there was something very kind of like academic about minimalist composers, and something very not academic about krautrock.
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted to bridge those two worlds in a way with this project, and that's what I've been doing, since the first record.
I completely feel you there. I can see the link between the two. I think it's typified in Amon Duel. Amon Duel was very experimental and kind of just a big jam. They came out with some fascinating records that were all just kind of done at the same time, but there was a splinter group who were more into, okay, we're going to make, vertical, mannered music with what you were discussing earlier, horizontality. And we'd love to hear. Yeah, let's hear about that in a second. But that was the link. It's like you had these two groups from the same group who were doing quite different things. We also discussed earlier Popol Vuh, soundtracks and their very meditative, intense music. So please let us hear about your philosophy behind verticality and horizontality, because it's actually fascinating.
Well, I think it's kind of captured in my logo a little bit. I try to move in both directions at once, and I think that that's really the cool thing about technology, is that we can touch on that horizontality of music that was so important to like our ancestors in medieval music, and that sort of modal approach, while also having that vertical complexity that comes from more modern approaches. And I like to think that at the end of the day, it's all like one direction, really. Like it's only a contest between the two, if that's what we make of it. But we can find ways to bridge those worlds, and that's also the thing with me with like academic music. And then like early electronic music had a very punk, very playful ethos. And I think that if you just inject like a little bit of playfulness into academic music, then people start to get it. Like one of my favorite things that I hear talked about when it comes to like Brian Eno was one of his earliest sounds installations was just making music out of answering machines. He was recording onto loops of answering machines. But that's what people were doing at the biggest academic institutions at that time too. And just by using an answering machine, you inject all this playfulness into it. Like tonight I'm using a kalimba, which like
the African thumb organ.
Right. But I mean, it's you see them in America often sold as like children's toys, and it's not something that's really taken ultra seriously, especially in the West, because of sort of like hegemonic attitudes about Western music. But also, it's just not it's not an instrument that covers a lot of range or that's capable of a lot of complex harmonies. But what it is really good at is being able to give you like a blank canvas to just sort of let your mind be free. But then you can inject that verticality back into it through, time lag accumulation, by building up layers and layers of sound. And, that's what I'm really about, which is sound.
And it's great that you mentioned kalimba, because that is a pure sound producing instrument that lends itself to polyrhythmic exploration.
Yeah, extremely
for instance,
complex.
You know about the band King Crimson.
Right.
Some of their early stuff in the 70s, they were using kalimbas, like in particularly, I think the album Lark's Tongue and Aspic.
Yeah, I think it shows up again on Discipline, too.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Robert Fripp was very much into, and I think a few of them were into gamelan, and I know you know about gamelan.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes. And so that's a tradition from Indonesia of just pure polyrhythms and these complex, horizontal sort of melodies. And to me, it builds in harmony. You get that third instrument effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the ghost instrument. And that's kind of the harmony to me.
And those complexities, they're always around us in environmental sound, too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's really important to my newest record, Humid Subtropical, is, the importance of environmental sound. And, as you see right there, like, the whole work is about where I'm from and the particular sounds that I grew up with. And, those soundscapes that are there primordially for us, wherever they are, I think they affect us, like John Cage talks about listening to traffic and how music is like somebody talking, but traffic isn't talking, it's just the free activity of sound.
Yeah.
And that's something that he's going for. And sometimes my music has elements that are traditionally musical, but sometimes sound is just as important. And to me, this album, if we want to talk about inspirations, it's inspired by frogs and katydids and cicadas and the sounds that I grew up with, in the same way that Lamont Young's amazing microtonal explorations were about the sound of like electrical transformers outside of his childhood window when he was a kid, and the sounds that they made, the hums that they made, and that sort of thing. And I'm always listening to those things.
Same here. I use them in even the rock and roll music, heavy metal I make. I trust you've heard Epsilon and Malaysian Pale, right? By Edgar Froese from Tangerine Dream.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
He was inspired by a vacation to Malaysia where he heard the rainforest, and he created an album out of that. So I think it's that what you're talking about, that effect of the environment, you being a conduit for the environment and creating music, which is fascinating. I can't wait to hear your stuff. And by the way, Jesse, may you please tell folks out there where to find your stuff, also where you might be performing next after this performance tonight. And we will hear Sun Gong live here in a few minutes.
Well, we're hoping to have a live album release party sometime in August. That'll be the next live performance that I'm going to do. And you can buy the record at sungong.bandcamp.com.
Cool.
And I do everything through Bandcamp. I have my whole discography uploaded on there, up to date. And there's a lot of great stuff on there. The first record, I'm still have some CDs in stock of that one. It was more analytical, as where this one was more about environmental influences than musical influences, and trying to find kind of a voice of my own with my instrument, which is the modular synthesizer, which can be really hard because you have all these different units and you're basing things off of what you think, this unit sounds good or that unit sounds good, and you mash them all together, but then you have to make sense of it, and it still has to be an instrument at the end of the day. It's still like a guitar or a kalimba or something like that. There has to be a basic foundation of practice.
Yes.
And I think when it comes to soundscapes, one of the ways that I practice is just recreating the noises that I hear in the world in the studio. And there are no field recordings.
I feel that.
There's 0 field recordings on this album. Every sound, every bird, every cricket, everything was synthesized on the modular.
That's great. That's great. And I like the idea of mindfulness behind it.
Yeah.
There's also process, and there's transgression. You've probably heard of Metal Machine music, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love it. Most people can't hear it. I've listened to it multiple times, and that was pure process. And of course, Lou Reed at the time was a very transgressive individual. He's kind of like, to the record company. So there's that tension between process and mindfulness. Another German band, Kraftwerk, comes to mind.
Yeah,
they were very process oriented. I mean, it was
so much so that they had to in the early days manufacture their own instruments.
Yes. Throbbing Gristle, you're aware of them too. I bet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Chris Carter actually created effects and pedals and synthesizers for them because they didn't. There was nothing commercially available.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
He had to build that
access.
Yeah.
And
fascinating.
That forward thinkingness to make that kind of stuff in that era. Can were into doing that too, making their own effects and that kind of thing. I'm glad I don't have to do it. It's hard enough finding the time in a busy modern life.
Absolutely. And it's like if
make music,
somebody makes this particular thing, I can use it and do what it was intended to do rather than. I mean, if you're a real electronic hardware person, putting it together is kind of cool. But
that's absolutely.
I mean, I've put together a what do you call it? One of those Centaur pedals, overdrive pedals.
There are guys out there that put together their entire modulars themselves.
And there's some really good ones out there. There's the people that put out the Nepenthes pedal and all that other stuff. But it's good to have the ability to express yourself at your fingertips.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is, too, is that, like, I always tell people that are trying to get into doing this sort of thing, like ambient music, or I don't really love that term. I'm more into, like, drone or krautrock when it comes to. I think ambient is something specific in and of itself, and I'd like to preserve the purity of that word, but it has become just like a catch-all. But when people are interested in making atmospheric music, you can make atmospheric music. You can make drone music on an acoustic guitar.
You sure
can. You can make it on a banjo. You can make it on a kalimba. You can do it any way you want to do it. And the thing is it's a process of addition by subtraction. You got to ask yourself at first, like, what's needed? What's actually needed here? And then go from there. I think a lot of people, when they get into like making electronic music, the first mistake that they make is loading up a track with a lot of unnecessary crap. And there are hard cuts because when you design sounds, you can get emotionally attached, but part of the artistry of it is knowing what to subtract to.
I agree what to leave out. Like you were talking about ambient music, it is a catch-all. I prefer the term dark ambient. That's kind of what I do. I have a thing that does dark ambient. Dark ambient allows for that chaos of the environment. If you ever camped, you've been in the woods, and you hear a lot of things, but it's almost like the environment itself self-modulates. And I prefer that. You have that harmony, but you have these discordant sounds that come in, some animals screaming, that dissonance, and it's important because that's part of our environment.
When Eno came out with Ambient 1, his big thing was it needed to accommodate all levels of listening. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do accommodate all levels of listening, but sometimes I don't want to accommodate any level of listening other than the one that I have in mind. And I like to make things that maybe shock people or pummel people or make them feel like crushing weight and heat, and those sorts of sensations are totally valid too.
Sure, that's reality. And it's a challenge. Existence itself is a challenge, really.
And I find it very interesting to juxtapose that calming, ambient music with noise and those sorts of things, and I think those two things naturally complement one another.
I agree. This is fascinating. Folks, stick around for Sun Gong very soon. Next, we have the Missioncreep. Ben Ferguson, Benjamin, raconteur, activist, master electronic musician, industrial dude. Ben, he's about to happen on you. The Missioncreep.
I'm gonna do some things I ain't never done before. I'm gonna do some things on full combat alert. There is a temptation for violence. On full combat alert. There is a temptation on full combat alert. I'm gonna do some things I ain't never done before.
thinking of thinking of music as being not a time art but a space art. And he made a piece called Sculpture Musicale, which means different sounds coming from different places and lasting, producing a sculpture which is sonorous and which remains.
That was absolutely brilliant from Sun Gong. They're live in the studio. You cannot get that anywhere else except for here, JOKERJOKER TV. Before that, we had the Missioncreep, Ben Ferguson. I want to say a few things about that. Ben actually went to Medellin, Colombia to take that footage. It's a geopolitical hotspot. Been that way since 1948, and there's a lot of turmoil there. But you saw a lot of beauty there, too. There's also, there are several environmental hotspots there, too, and that's juxtaposed. But now, we're going to talk to another group of exciting performers, Black Cat Rising out of Atlanta. I heard a little bit of this live earlier, and wow, this is going to rock. All right. Let me just start with, as I usually do, just let us know who you are and what you do in the band, and, just take the floor. This is all about you.
Cool. Well, I'm Ben Davidow from Black Cat Rising. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I play piano, I sing, play guitar, and I write songs.
I'm Henrik. I play bass and do nerd stuff, recording and such.
My name's Colin Curtis. I sing and play guitar for Black Cat Rising, and channel the unknown that comes through some loud guitars and drums and things like that.
Sup guys, I'm Nick Whitson. I play the drums.
Yes. Okay, so tell us something about yourself, how you came about with this group, and what you've been doing lately, and what some of the vibe, is. I read that you guys had some, like an influence of Roky Erickson. Freaking love 13th Floor Elevators, the Stooges, yeah, that's all there. Those are some good influences, so let's hear about it.
Well, thank you. That's a good starting point. I love the weirdo stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of it comes from. And I feel like definitely those artists influence us. Also, love American blues.
Oh yeah.
Going back to Robert Johnson all the way forward. We're all students of music, and we're lucky to tap into the song in the sky. Comes through our music,
yeah,
and we're just excited to do it.
That's very Roky Erickson there. That's beautiful. Yeah.
I mean, it's psychedelic in that we aim for the stars, but our home is East Atlanta, so we land in the gutter.
You're grounded.
Quite a lot.
You're grounded in Atlanta. Oh, I just came from there earlier. And shout out to East Atlanta. Okay. East Atlanta Village. Love it. So there's definitely this rock. I mean, hearing you guys earlier, you rocked. I mean, you were bringing it. You were crushing it. And I like that. And I also like the different layers of what we talked about earlier, verticality going on. You got the backbeat, and then you've got all these other layers interweaving the keyboard and the guitar and the bass and all that. That's really cool. Can you tell folks right now where you might be performing next, where and when, kind of just so folks can go see you?
Absolutely. We're going to be playing Star Bar Halloween show.
Yes.
November the 1st. Really excited about that.
Yes. And do you have any new albums out? Do you have releases, recordings? What's that looking like?
Yeah, so we just released a single called 13 Reasons with a B-side called Birdie Wordy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a new tack for us, like a little more stretched out arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 other singles that were already out that were a lot more kind of short and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And we just allowed it to sort of expand a little bit, a bit more on the new recording.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Birdie Wordy was kind of the 4th time we played the song. It ended up being the keeper take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's indicative for music nerds, but
keeper take's a thing. You do many takes. In the past, you had inch, half inch, 2-inch tape. You record over it, or if you had the money, you just do a bunch of different takes. Yeah, that's a thing. Where can folks find you online? And so, are your releases not just digital? Do you do vinyl?
Right now, everything is digital. We will hopefully have some tangible vinyl stuff soon.
Yeah, it's a goal of mine. But you got to do that at some point.
But
I know it's
a ka-ching.
Yeah.
But yeah,
a lot of money and long lead times.
Oh yeah. What are y'all's musical backgrounds individually? If you could, start with you, name yourself, and it's where did you come from musically?
Yeah. Okay. Again, my name's Ben, and my father was a accomplished fusion jazz pianist.
Oh wow.
So I grew up with a lot of eclectic influences, especially with like an intense kind of musical background of kind of shooting for the stars as far as technically and compositionally.
Fusion. That's intense. Have you ever heard of somebody named Lenny White?
Yes, I have. I have seen Lenny White.
Chicken Fried Steak. I love that song. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, since then, so I've played in just a ton of bands over the years. I've played in the Buzzards of Fuzz, is a big Atlanta band that we did a lot of desert rock. And my own band, Gashound, which is where Nick has been supporting me for years and years, sort of as a right-hand man. And most recently, I was playing in Mama Bear. We just did a UK tour.
Wow.
2 years in a row, actually. So yeah, I get around, and actually I'm about to go on tour with Houston the Blind, who's from here in Athens, in the Southwest. Charlie's doing this beautiful tour through sort of Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. I'm just going to join him for the Colorado, New Mexico part.
You'll enjoy. You're gonna have a little vacation there. That's a great place to be, man.
Really looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. Cool. Down the line there.
Yeah, I'm Henrik. I started playing saxophone in the municipal music school. I grew up in Sweden. That's where I'm from.
Right.
So played saxophone. I hate music with saxophone in it.
I thought the Stooges had that though.
Yeah, that's
LA
the only,
blues.
The only acceptable saxophone. 1969.
Yeah.
But then I played in a bunch of punk rock, grindcore, that sort of screamy music.
Oh yeah.
And then I had a 20-year break where I just did electronic, boring, sit in my bedroom type stuff.
That can be exciting.
Yeah, and then started playing with this band, and it's a lot of fun.
Right.
Back on stage. Had a 20-year break being on stage, so it was a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah. I can understand that. You don't do it for a while. You get up there, it's a shock, and then you start to get used to these people are staring at me and playing music. What the hell am I doing? And then you blot them out, and you just do. That's how I do it. You just do. Whatever I do, that's how it's happening. You know.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of shows the last couple of years, so I guess getting back in the swing of things.
That's great. You're playing the Star Bar soon.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think we have iDrum and some house show August, September too, but I don't remember the details.
Cool.
It's in some text message somewhere.
Look for them online. You guys are Facebook. You got all that stuff going on, right? So people can search for Black Cat Rising and find you. Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
So I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I picked up a guitar, about 15 years old. Started playing. I had this amazing guitar teacher, Doug Ferguson, just steeped. And so he gave me a Peter Green album.
Oh wow! That's a good start.
Of course I only knew Zeppelin and Hendrix.
Yeah.
And so he took me to a Johnny Winter concert. He introduced me to all these great artists, and I just took off from there and never stopped. I started playing in bands and figured it out. Started, learning from a few mistakes here and there. And, was out west for a little bit. I played in some bands out there. Came back here in Atlanta 2006 and played with a lot of blues musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I realized it was funny. I knew how to play, but then I saw all these roots musicians here in Atlanta. They were so good. So I kind of disappeared from the scene I was in and just sat in with a lot of really good players. Then jumped back into Think Never, was the band I put together maybe 10 years ago. Kind of a rough draft of Black Cat Rising.
Yeah.
And I originally was going to name that band Black Cat Rising.
Right.
I decided on a different name. When that band ended, I flipped it to Black Cat.
Yeah.
Have been going ever since, and just love it.
Well, sitting in with those old school musicians must have been an incredible learning experience.
It was.
I didn't sit in with him because he played harmonica, and at the time I didn't. But Neil Patman, he was an old blues musician from Athens. You know who I'm talking about. He worked in the Georgia Center with me. I was just this little guy that did dishwashing, and I dishwashed with him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'd heard of him, and I heard him, and I was really into the blues. And I was like, can you do something? He bended a note for me for 1 minute, and I was like, thank you. Sitting in with musicians like that is amazing, and you learn. They make you learn.
Yeah.
That's great. Drummer.
What's up, guys? It's Nick Whitson again here. So I probably got started kind of more in like the churchish realm as a guitar player, and then from there went through like the metalcore scene in Georgia when it was flaring up in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of rotated into more pop-oriented bands, kind of doing multi-instrumental work, playing guitar, bass, drums for different people, and then went into like Americana, folk, rock thing for a little while, playing for support, and then put out some of my own music under Phantom Electric, which has kind of been on a hiatus for a couple years, which is more in the vein of like pop-friendly Nine Inch Nails meets Black Rebel type of sound, probably.
Oh, I get you.
And but then since that kind of went on pause, I did like a short stint with Rumors ATL, which was a tribute band that does Fleetwood Mac stuff around here.
Speaking of Peter Green.
yeah. And then after that, I started playing with Ben a lot in Gas Sound, and then the guys invited me to start filling in on drums for Black Cat, which has been super fun and kind of a refreshing change from the studio work or the more serious stuff where we could just come in here and slam out some pretty straightforward rock songs and just have a good time. So it's been awesome.
That sounds exactly what's going to happen. Again, hearing you guys sound check, it was very powerful. I mean, you guys coming in like a freight train, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more. We are going to hear more very soon. I'm Steve Houston. This is Black Cat Rising. Stay tuned to hear them live in the studio.
Slide.
What do we have next? Eileen, what is going on here?
it in your skull and you were finding it. Breaks it in your skull and you were mining for it. And it breaks it in your skull and you were finding it. It breaks it in your skull, you were trying to make sure everyone else just wasn't dying. To make sure everyone else just wasn't trying. And so you don't know what you mean and you don't know why you're lying there. Feeling your head while you're lying in bed. Feeling your head and the makeshift cars. And sold around the bus and you don't know where they are right now. Makeshift cars sold around the bus and you don't know where they are right now. And the secular ladies down and sold the crowd. And you take the ladies down and tell them how to be found. Young ladies lost and down and found what did it turn away down her? Kid, what did the mistake mean? We was falling outside the dream and it felt like a feeling of being. And it felt like a feeling of seeing. And you left us and didn't tell us you were bleeding. It felt like the ceiling of seeing. And the blood crushed down tonight.
future starts to escape my mouth.
Let's see why it's not over. Thank y'all so much. We're Black Cat Rising.
All right.
All right, y'all. Hell yeah. That was great. Black Cat Rising. They were freaking awesome. Do you guys hear that? We're still listening to them. That was amazing. Amazing performance from Black Cat Rising. That kicked ass. What are we doing right now? Okay. We're gonna... What are we doing? It's the end of the show. Whoa, dude. Motherfucker, it's the end of the show. I got two things to say. One, next week is Clown Takeover, as hosted by Sister Slayla. This is going to be amazing. You need to be here. Clown Takeover with Slayla. Right here next week this time. Let y'all know about the Game Central Station Swap and Shop will be on next week to talk about their event, which has been a huge success over the last few years, and is being hosted at Georgia Square Mall. Believe it or not, there are things moving around there. Go there. This is a really cool thing, and Game Central just means like old, really super cool games, and that's one of the best things of all. It's great. Other than that, we got the Athens Agenda coming up, and take it away, Eileen. Go on now. Go on. You got it.